Hello, welcome to the Sweet Elaine Boutique podcast. I have a very special guest today. This is Jen Hart, and we have been friends now for a little over maybe a year and a half. And I discovered Jen through a customer, actually. Okay. She came to the store and said, "Oh my gosh, I just discovered this bra studio in Hutto. You have to go find her out." And I was like, no, a bra studio? That's like the best thing ever. As a stylist and as a clothing store owner, you really need bra friends in your life. So Jen is here to talk on our podcast about bras. So I'm going to let you give your introduction.
Yeah, well, I'm Jen. I've been in the bra and intimate apparel industry for over 12 years now. So I know a lot about bras, how they should fit, and how every woman is different and unique. And so we, at our shop, we really help customize the fit to you. And so you're not having to squeeze into something that maybe doesn't fit. And so just over the years, it's been awesome working with so many different women and helping them really feel comfortable in a bra, because a lot of women, we find they don't like them.
Yes.
And so we want to help them love their bodies, love their bras.
And a lot of what we do here in the store as well. It's about seeing yourself for what you look like today and learning how to love yourself today. And it's hard for us ladies.
Exactly.
It's very hard. So, what I find, Jen, even though it's been a really long time since I've sold bras, I actually started my career, or my first job was in the lingerie department at Palais Royal, which is random because I was 16. Why would they put a 16-year-old in the lingerie department? I don't know. I've got some crazy stories though. But they did professionally teach me how to fit bras, and I did that job. That particular job was about a year, and then I moved into other departments because, let's face it, I was 16. And then I moved into accessories where you made real commission. So that was really nice. But anyway, that's a side note. But I do a lot when we do one-on-one styling with customers. I measure them first and foremost so that we can determine what their body shape is. Mm-hmm. And I find 9 out of 10 women, if not 9.5 out of 10 women, are not wearing the right bra size.
Right. That is
so what
true.
Do you find? Or you're in the business, so what is the stat?
So, statistically, they say 85% of women are wearing the wrong size bra. Partly due to there's not a lot of accessibility of sizes to most, women. Most of the department stores and things like that, they don't even really fit you anymore.
No, and finding a fitter that's one of the reasons when this customer told me about you, I was like, a bra fitter? Oh my gosh, they're like a dime a dozen. Not a dime a dozen. That's the opposite of a dime a dozen. They're not a dime a dozen.
Yeah, true. Yeah, so it's been
you're a rarity.
I'm a rarity, yes. And so that's why when, I got into this world and first started discovering on myself how bras should fit after my third child is when everything I was like,
your body's totally different.
My body's different. Things aren't working anymore. And that's kind of when I got into the world of bras and started really discovering on myself first. Mm-hmm. And then realized, guess what? Other women need help. Other women need the service, and so that's what led me to get into the business.
And you've had the store, you have a physical store in Hutto, Texas, and you've had it for how long?
We have been there a little over 2 years now. Yep.
And so you specialize in measuring and fitting. However, you do just get stop bys and
yeah, you can make an appointment, you can walk in. We do have, we're open Tuesday through Saturday. We do after-hour appointments if people need evenings or something like that. But yes, we have a physical location. We can also, if you're not local, we can do virtual fittings. It's better to be in person if you can, but if not, we do virtuals.
Yes. And we do virtual styling as well. And a lot of people are a little hesitant for the virtual, but I mean, honestly, it's better than not doing anything at all.
Nothing. Yeah,
it really is.
Because we can guide you on brands. I mean, there's so many
lift, style. Yeah.
Because each person needs maybe a little bit different style,
depending on their body shape
and depending on what they are wanting. We get people that was like, I definitely don't want to wear a wire, or I definitely do want a wire. They need certain things, and so we can kind of know which brands and which products to put them in.
Yeah, to point them in the right direction. That's a really good point. Because the brands that your store carries are the same brands at Nordstrom's, even Neiman's, some really good quality brands. I find the better bra brands are European, and their sizing is different. And so it gets confusing if you're an American sitting over here and you're like, oh, okay, what size am I? Because UK sizing is different and it doesn't always translate. So somebody like you knows how it translates, because those bras are, in my opinion, are better quality.
Yes, absolutely.
They make better lingerie.
They just do. I mean, I don't know if it's maybe they're just more focused on fit over in those other countries, and so a lot of them, we carry a lot of European brands and things like that.
And that's not to dog the U.S. brands.
No.
It's just, I feel like or maybe it's because I'm curvy. I feel like they're more, the European brands are better for curvy.
Right.
So.
And there's honestly not many in the bra world. There's not really many structured bras that are made in the USA, unfortunately.
Oh, interesting.
So hopefully in the future maybe, but anyways,
yeah,
right now we just go with what we can find.
Okay. So I have my theories as how it is that you can become I'm 45. How it is you can become a 45-year-old woman and have boobs since the age of at least 12 and be wearing the wrong bra size all that time. What is your theory as to how so many women are wearing the wrong bra size?
Well, I really think they're going, to the stores and they're finding something that will just cover them. And they're wanting something comfortable. And so oftentimes women think comfortable means bigger and looser. And honestly, it's the opposite, because when your band, especially your band, is the most important part of your bra. So if that is really loose, your breasts are then falling, and the
skin
band
over time is sagging.
Yeah, and then the band will slip down on your rib cage, and that's when it actually hurts. So if it's a more firm fit, it's sitting up higher, you're getting the lift, and it's comfortable.
So I also think it's how we all start finding bras. So I think in the US, I can't speak to our customers and followers in the rest of the world, because we do have customers all over. But at least in the US, it seems like most women take their daughters to maybe Kohl's or Target or Victoria's Secret.
Right.
And those three places are not going to fit you. And the Victoria's Secret tries to fit you.
They try, yeah.
But it's just not as accurate of a measurement, I have found.
Exactly. And again, they don't carry all the sizes that women are. In our store, we have over 200 sizes.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And it's very because it's very customized, it's very tailored to the person, and so most women and girls, we're just trying to fit into anything we can find. Those other stores, they unfortunately just don't carry a huge size range.
And then I find that once a girl starts to actually develop and have breasts, and they no longer just kind of need coverage, they start to feel like, okay, so now they're 25, 30. So you can get away with having an ill-fitting bra from 12 to maybe by the time you had your first child.
Exactly.
And then once you've had your first child, or once you start to become a full woman, you start to have spillage out the side.
Yes.
And a lot of the off-the-shelf bras aren't going to have the strength and support, especially for what I love to call side boob.
Exactly.
And that's when you start having problems and you start double brawing or moving to a sports bra.
Most of the time we see people that have not, ever had a fitting, and they're, in their 30s and 40s, they have resorted to just sports bras.
Yes.
And
so then they'll wear 2 sports
coverage.
bras.
Yeah.
I have customers in here that are wearing 2 sports bras, and I'm like, 2? Why are you wearing 2? You're not working out. What are you doing? You're not running. You didn't run to get here.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, but they resort to that because they're not able to find, a fitter. They're not able to find the size accommodation they might need. And so they're just doing the best they can, but
Yeah.
you know, we want to help with that for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. So then after someone has figured out, okay, I have side boob, then they're stuck with, well, the largest size at a store is usually a D cup, maybe a double D.
Maybe a double D, yeah.
But what would you say the percentage of your customers are actually larger than a double D?
I mean, I would say at least, you know, 75% are big.
Agreed.
A double D is honestly like a pretty small.
Very small.
I mean,
not very. Very is not the right
very
word.
small, but I mean, it's not like, you know, it's a pretty just common, just normal. And so even if a customer hears I'm a double D, they think, oh my gosh, I'm huge. And I'm like, no, you're on the like smaller scale.
Yeah.
Of actual sizes that are out there.
Agreed,
So,
agreed. So, and I find that as well because most women also don't understand the relationship between the band size and the cup size.
Correct.
So, can you give a brief explanation of what that means? Because a lot of ladies think, well, you'd say.
Yeah, so a lot of ladies, they're getting a larger band. So say they find at a store a 38D, okay? When they come in and we measure them, a 32. So they're
32G.
Yes. So they're actually proportionately they're they're a lot smaller around. Therefore, the cup size and the cup goes up. So not every D is created equal. So a 40D is going to be a lot bigger breast volume than a 32D. And
Yes.
so
like literally more breast tissue in a 40D versus a 32D. But the importance of knowing that your rib cage is a 32 versus a 38 or a 40 is
huge. And when you get in a smaller band, you're going to get an instant lift and you're going to look 15 to 20 pounds thinner.
15 to 20 pounds.
No dieting, just getting a better bra will help you look literally. And people have said when I first went and got my fitting after my third kid and I got a really good supportive bra, but people stopped me and were like, you've lost weight. And I'm like, no, I mean, I wish, but not.
Don't we all?
I didn't, you know, I literally didn't. It was just the bra.
And the reason that is it goes back to what I teach is that when you separate your nipple line from your waistline here, instead of this nipple line being down here and you actually create a waistline, you're helping your overall balance and your rule of thirds. So when you break your body into proper rule of thirds for your height and you actually get your nipple line where it's supposed to be, you just naturally are creating the curves that people didn't necessarily know you had.
Right. And it's just amazing. And I love seeing women just be so excited and loving how they look and feel once they get that new bra. And I know you're the same.
Oh, it's amazing. And then, okay, so here's the next thing. How often should women be buying bras?
Well, really, I say just like you make your regular physical appointments, make your yearly bra appointments, because as we get older, even if your weight's not changing, your breast shape and size could change. So having about, 3 to 5 bras in a rotation at a time is best. And so a lot of times people will come in and they'll buy, 3 of their everyday bras. We say, at least 3 good bras a year that you're rotating through. And a lot of the wear and care is going to depend on how long your bra will last. Everybody's different, but generally speaking, get a few bras a year, schedule your fitting appointment, and you'll be always looking perky and amazing.
So if you're somebody who has not bought bras in 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, because we know you're out there. We hear these ladies all the time. They just don't make it known. You really should be buying bras at least once a year. And if the budget doesn't, if you don't have the budget for that, because let's face it, bras are not inexpensive, maybe you could let it go 18 months.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you should not let it go more than 2 years.
Right.
Especially with what Jen was saying about like wear and care, is because a lot of our fabrics today have a lot more spandex in them. And let's face it, spandex is plastic. And so over time, it gets brittle. And as the spandex gets brittle, it's less stretchy, and it's no longer doing its job. And so, and that is only exacerbated by heat. So that's one of the reasons that a lot of our clothing nowadays just says wash and hang dry or lay flat to dry, because when you dry spandex over and over again, it gets brittle.
And it just looks worn out and doesn't work. So,
it's not working anymore.
Yeah, so definitely don't put bras in the dryer.
Yes, not regardless if you have wires or not. It's just not good. Or your workout clothes either. Your sports bras, try not to put those in the dryer unless you just want to be somebody who buys that stuff every 6 to 9 months.
Just to get the most life out of your bra, or athletic wear, anything. Just hang dry.
Yes. Okay. So when you have a customer come in to your store, what are the most common things that, no matter their size, that they say?
Everybody complains, no matter the size, about back fat.
Back fat.
Back fat is the thing that we get. It doesn't matter the age or anything. Like, that is the number one complaint. And so, we tell them that everybody doesn't necessarily have back fat, but if your bra is hugging you, it might have a tiny bit of little skin, okay? And we focus on putting your shirt on to see how you look in your bra and in your clothes, because that's where everybody is seeing you.
Yeah,
right?
You're not going to run around in your bra.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So how to make sure that in your clothing it looks nice and smooth everywhere. That is our goal. And so, we don't want to fixate on the things because nobody else sees them. Nobody else sees it, and so. Having your breast lifted is the most important thing.
That's right. And so if I were to tell you that a size 0 or a size 20 says the same thing, what would you say?
Yes, they do.
100%. 100%.
They do. And it's
all women complain about their body.
Yeah, they do.
Even if they're tiny, even if they're not tiny, it doesn't matter. We all complain. We all see something different. So what do you tell the ladies?
So I tell the ladies, look, you look amazing, first of all, because we are all beautiful. I truly believe that. And getting the right fit is more important than anything else, and how you look in your clothing. And so we really focus on that. And once we put the shirt on and the lady comes out with her clothes, and we look in our full-length mirror and she sees, wow, I feel so much better. My posture's better, then it kind of resolves that issue. We do everything we can to get the smoothest silhouette in the clothing as we can.
Yes. But literally, even a size 0 will say that she has back fat. What we get back fat, but then we get pooch. We get, but all I can see is this pooch. And again, it doesn't matter the size of the woman. Every woman tells me, oh, I have this pooch. Even women who run marathons, they will tell me, oh, but look, all I see is this. And I can say in all these years that I've done this with 100% certainty, it has nothing to do with anything but then how you see yourself. Right. It is us. It is our voices, our inner voices.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just that's how we're seeing it, but nobody else sees that.
Yeah.
No one else.
I mean, I don't. Let me back up. There are times where I'm like, wow, that lady is spilling out of her bra. She needs to go see Jen. There are definitely times that's happening. But most of the time, I don't think, oh, wow, that lady. I just don't. I just think, oh, she's really pretty. She's really put together. Or that's a really cute outfit. Or, oh, she's got great boobs.
Yeah. And kind of a fun thing that we say is most of the time people are seeing you coming, not going per se. So you're focused on the back here where it's that's covered. Everybody has that issue. And like I said, we do everything we can to get smoothing bras in the back and all that good stuff.
Yeah, no, definitely. So is there anything else that ladies consistently complain about?
When they first come in, the main thing that people are wanting is comfort, which I 100% understand. We all want to be comfortable. We don't want to be uncomfortable in our bras. And so it's about, for us, it's about finding the right comfort for you. They want a lot of people don't want to wire. We have great non-wire bras. But I also I put most everybody, unless there's an issue with having a wire, in a wired bra, just so they can see what a properly fitted wire bra feels like. Because if you have one, especially if you're heavier busted, if you have one that is fitting you properly, you shouldn't feel that it's on.
Yeah.
It should be comfortable. So.
Yeah. So then when you've got a customer that's like, no, I really don't want a wire, then you just kind of go make more compromises. But then sometimes that compromise goes with like less lift.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they're okay with that because, like I said, we do have some great non-wires that actually do an amazing job lifting, and I'm always on the hunt for better and options for our customers. So
yeah, there's that bra that doesn't have a wire that I get at your store, Beyond or something. What's that brand?
Evelyn and Bobby.
Evelyn and Bobby. They do a great job of a nice lift and comfort, but with the what's the compromise that you have to make is that there's more fabric. So you can't always wear it like underneath a tank top or something because it will show.
Right.
So that's like, but I will say for a wireless bra, that is a really comfortable bra.
Very comfortable. And, sometimes too, women also have in their head, like, I'm just going to get this one bra that's going to work with every outfit.
Oh, yeah,
and
no.
that just doesn't. You need different bras for different outfits. So
yes.
Your wireless bra might be your comfortable run around town bra. But then if you're going out for the evening with, a date night or with the girls, you're wanting something that's a little lower cut, different.
Agreed. So for today, I knew I was going to wear this dress, and this is a button dress. These are functioning buttons. But I didn't want my buttons to pull as I was sitting. So I wore, let's see, what do I have on? I have on, this one is a front closure. I didn't buy this at Jen's store. Sorry, Jen.
It's okay. We have some good ones. No, we didn't have a last time.
Yes, but because it like minimizes me a little bit, and it doesn't make as much of a perkiness, but it doesn't it still gives me support.
Yes.
And I find there's one bra that I really like that I got at your store. It's called Scarlet Blue, and it is a really nice, picks them up, and then it has plunge, I think is what it's called. And so it does really nice for cleavage. So when I'm on date night, I wear that bra. But I cannot wear that bra with this dress.
Yes,
it doesn't work.
Because it's too, and so, we've got minimizing bras. Like I said, exactly. Yeah, she knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, I do that. And really it means that I feel like when you do that, instead of being mad at your clothes because they're not fitting, you look at it differently because you're like, oh, no, I have a solution for that. It's not that I've gained 5 pounds and this dress no longer fits me. It's that you just need a different bra for that particular dress.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then when I was getting dressed this morning, I love this dress that I got here from you. It's a little color. Lower plunge, so I knew I had to wear a lower center gore here. I couldn't wear my necessarily full coverage bra that I would wear with a higher neckline. So it's the same, just another kind of idea of different bras for different things you're wearing.
Okay, so then the next pain point that I find most women have are strapless bras. Do you have any solutions for strapless bras?
Well, we have some great ones at the store. Strapless bras are never going to be your most comfortable bra, but when you need it, you need it. And so it's important that you have a strapless bra that is definitely your right size and your right rib cage size, because if not, there's nothing worse. So you're all dressed up, you look beautiful, you're at an event, and you're pulling on that bra. Yes. And you're self-conscious because you're like, does anyone see me spilling? All the things we've all had happen to us. It's happened to me many, years ago. But getting the right band size and the right cup coverage is really important. Strapless bra solutions, things you can do.
Okay, that was my next question. Do you sell the new products that are covering but also have a lift?
Yes.
Okay, what is the one you sell at your store?
It's called Boomba.
Boomba. Ooh, I like that.
And it does. Actually, my daughter tried them out the other day. She's like a 32F. So
Okay.
she needs good lift
Yeah.
support. She can't just go without one like some of the younger girls. So she's younger in her teens. But she put it on and it like clips in the front and it like sticks and it does. It lifts. I mean, it worked really good for her.
Yeah.
So
like we have this dress in the store and it has like a built-in bra, if you will. But like somebody like me, because this fabric is rayon. And so even though I could go braless in a dress like that, because I can kind of like stick them in the little insert, I still need like nipple coverage.
Yes.
And so that is one of the reasons I like those sticky things, because you can still have nipple coverage and wear things that maybe you wouldn't be able to wear, even like this dress. You can't even wear a strapless bra because it has this peephole right here.
And it would be
a strapless
very
bra.
difficult
The
to
strength comes from right here, and so it's really hard. But those sticky things are
great.
really nice.
They're really.
Do you sell a lot of them?
Yes, we do. Especially this time of year, people are having cute little dresses like that, or
Do you sell the ones that are just triangles to like put in the swimsuits?
No, we sell different kinds.
Okay.
I mean, we sell the ones that even just like silicone reusable ones. Some people will even just wear those if they have like a thin bra and they want a little more coverage. They'll put those in. Yeah. So yeah,
I'd wear that with like I have this little jumpsuit that's smocked. And so I wear it's reusable, that it's not giving. The one you're talking about that your daughter wore has a clip in the middle and it kind of like brings them together. This one, I don't really need anything to be together because the smocking is nice and wide. I just need a little bit of coverage, and maybe a tiny lift, and I can wear them all day that way.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
It's nice.
There's so many solutions out there.
There really are. So especially here recently, the last few years. Because I did a blog several years ago for, it was some sticky product, and I can't remember if it was like a tape or I don't remember. It's been so many years. But anyway, literally after an hour, they unstuck. Yeah. I was like, well, this isn't going to work for a wedding. Yeah. Like, could you imagine being a wedding guest sitting at the table and all of a sudden your stickies
they're falling down. You're like,
they were like rabbit shaped. So they were like a sticky, and then they had this rabbit. And it was, you know what? It was during the pandemic. Because all my kids were home, and I remember thinking, I'm writing this blog, and I'm my bra is like falling off, and are my children gonna see and ask me questions? And but sure enough, I took a picture like from the inside of my shirt, and it like showed the sticky coming off. And but they've come a long way. Yeah. I don't know what the new product is. Do you know?
I mean, I don't know specifically like what there's so many different ones, but there are some brands that better than others. I know the Bumbo we carry at the store right now. That's one of the ones that we.
Can you swim with that one?
I think you can swim with that one.
Because that's what's gret about the new products is they're literally, you can put them like inside a swimsuit.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Because that's the other problem that I have nipples and like big nipples. And so when it's a little personal, but but when you swim, the water's cooler. And so then that happens, and then that's embarrassing. Yeah. And here I am, a 45-year-old woman, and nobody wants to see that. Like, I want a little bit of modesty.
It's like you're with your kids and everything, walking at the water park. You want to be a little modest. Yeah.
Exactly.
I need to see. I need to look into getting some more. So that's a good point, like the swimwear ones.
Yeah, because it really is. I know me. It is something that I need because it's just one of my anatomy. I'm not going to say problems because there were benefits to having 3 kids in that, but like I was able to nurse forever. I was a milkmaid, and but that what comes with that is these other things. So I'm always looking for new solutions.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, and we are too. We're always trying to find what do women need. We really listen to the customers and. Because everyone needs different things. Every woman's different. So, we're trying to get everything that women need.
Yeah, and it's hard. But what's cool, because you can't be a store to carry everything that women need.
True.
But you can, sometimes I find I just have to point ladies in the right direction.
Yeah, so like knowing where to send them. Like I maybe don't have it here, but you can go here. So just like having the knowledge and resources to send people.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like having a good friend that has a store. Like we don't sell bras here, but I will send people to Jen because I know how many bras she has in stock, and maybe it won't be the color the customer wants, but Jen can get it in the color.
Yes.
And so it's nice to be able to have that relationship.
Yeah, I love having that too. I tell people about clothes too all the time.
Then the other thing that I find you're very petite. How tall are you in real life?
In real life, I'm gonna be honest with y'all here. Not everybody gets this answer, but I'm 4'11".
4'11". Jen is very petite.
Very small. I know. I feel like, they say you like. I mean, I'm almost 45 too, but I feel like I'm getting smaller.
Oh, you might be.
And I'm like, how could that already be happening? But
I don't know. But gravity, man.
Anyways,
Discompress in gravity.
I feel like I used to be 5 feet, but when my kids have been growing, like they all want to measure and see how.
Yeah.
Well, we measure me too, and I'm like, wait a minute.
You're like, that is not true. I am not 4'11".
This is not right.
Okay, but I will say that women who are usually, I would say, and this is very scientific, under 5'2", tell me, but you don't understand. It's really hard to find a bra when you're that petite because of this section. And because everything on a petite woman tends to be a little bit more, well, not everything, and not every petite woman. I will take back my words. A lot of petite women have everything just a little bit more minimized.
Yeah.
And this distance is going to be for a woman who's more average size. And the average American woman is 5'4". And so, did you know that?
I did not know that.
What did you think the average height of a woman was in the U.S.?
In the U.S., I mean, I was thinking like, well, because everybody's tall to me. So I'm like 5'2", I don't know.
You would think 5'2" or taller?
Oh, well, I guess I should say I feel like everyone's like 5'6" and above.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like.
I would have thought 5'6". I'm 5'5", and I feel like I'm short, but apparently I'm not. Apparently I'm at average, if not a little bit above average. But I looked it up, and it's 5'4".
Okay.
And it makes sense though, because like, especially my tall customers, they're like, it's so hard to find an inseam that's 34, 35, 36. And honestly, it's hard for me too as a buyer.
Yeah.
And the more I've been in the business and the more research I've done, it's really because when you need that inseam, you're an outlier. Well, the same goes with someone who's petite. And so when you're petite, you're an outlier. So when you're somebody who's petite, what bra brands are better? Because like I have clothing brands that are better for my petites, like THML is a better petite brand, or like a busty customer, UMG is a better brand for busty customers. What is a bra brand that's better for petites?
Personally, since I can speak to that, I love the Elaine and Fantasy brands.
Okay.
They're a European brand.
Spell those words. Because Fantasy is spelled different too.
Yes, so Fantasy is FANTAISIE, and Elaine is ELOMI.
Okay. I would not have known just how to spell those.
Yeah, I know. It's different, like different.
Yeah. Well, especially because it's foreign. It doesn't, well, I shouldn't say foreign. UK, it's UK, or is it France?
It's UK.
UK. So why are they all, you would think they'd be more in France, the lingerie, but it's always in the UK. It's interesting.
It isn't, yeah.
I don't know why that is. There must just be a lot of bra designers in London or something. Because you'd think they'd be in Paris.
Yeah.
But they're not. I mean, there are brands out of Paris.
There are some. But for whatever reason, like a lot of the ones that we carry are...
Because panache is a French word, but it's out of England, right? Yeah. Panache. That's a French brand. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I digress. So Elaine and Fantasy. And why is that? Do they have shorter strides through the more...
Yes, on some of their styles, they definitely have like a shorter width around here.
What is this part called?
Well, the band.
Okay.
Yeah, just the band. On the band is shorter on some. And they have so like they don't have as much, like you would say you want full coverage and stuff. Well, there's some of their styles, like the plunge styles on shorter people actually work better because there's not as much fabric there. So, you know, it might be a different on somebody that's 5'6", but for a shorter person, the plunge styles on bras
will fit their breast tissue better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And especially when they're a very like form-fitted ones, because they don't slide, they don't move around, you know, they just stay in place.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's what I love about those brands is they hold up really well, they stay in place, and they're not so much material.
Yeah, the material is what I find the petite ladies focus on. It's like so much material because they're just smaller stature. So I do have specific brands, or like pants, we carry ankle length or raw hemmed items because sometimes a petite person is fine with the rise. We really need a real word for this because right this distance, the crotch to the waistline, is called the rise of a pant. And sometimes petite women, actually, that's normal. They need like a 10-inch rise. It's the inseam that is the issue. Yeah. But I found with, like you're saying, with the cup, with too much fabric is what the petite women will say.
And then that's when it hurts them because there's too much fabric here, so it's slipping down on their ribs, and they'll say, I can't wear a wire because it pokes in. And it's like, well, no, we got to get the right one. But it's hard to find. I mean, it is hard to find.
Yeah. So. But that's why you do a lot of special orders for those types of brands.
Yes. And we do carry a lot of the Aloni and Fantasy in store. The main thing that we sometimes will special order is like if they want certain colors. So on color, what is your, because I'm very conservative and like I like my money to go further. So, but what is your thought on color of bras? Like you said 3 to 5 bras for a year's use, but what colors? Well, I mean, I definitely think you need your skin tone colors, especially when you're wearing lighter clothing, because you want it to look seamless under your clothes. You don't want to see even a lot of people are like, I want a white bra. And it's like, well, if you're wearing a white t-shirt, that white's going to show through. You don't necessarily want that. So, you know, I think having at least a couple of skin tone colors, like whatever your skin tone is. You know, we try to carry a lot of different neutral colors, but having those for the basics, having a dark color because, you know, you need to have black as well. But then having the fun colors is fine when you're wearing dark colors.
Like what you're wearing right now, you could easily have on a pink bra and no one would know.
No one would know. And sometimes it's nice to have a little fun. It just, maybe nobody else is seeing it, but you feel kind of fun, you know, when you're getting dressed in the morning, you know. So we do carry a lot of fun lingerie as well. And when people see that, they're excited because like, I can't ever find, like, especially bustier women, I can't ever find pretty bras in my size. Well, you know, we carry them and it's just so nice and special. So having like a special bra too is a good thing to have in your rotation. Yeah.
And you may be able to have that one a little bit longer because you don't wear it as often.
Yeah. But your neutral colors, you know, the skin tones and darker colors, kind of solids are number one selling. I mean, it's practical.
Yeah. Practical. That was the word I was looking for.
I mean, you know, it's something that you want it to not be invisible under your clothes.
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, so is there anything we haven't covered?
Oh goodness. So I think that we touched a little bit on like maybe like age, but I do think if you can get your daughter, or granddaughter,
instead of going to Kohl's, Victoria's Secret, and Target,
getting them a couple. I think that's been my like most treasured thing in this business, at least since opening the store, is I've gotten my customers bringing in their daughters, starting out like when they're past the training bra stage, you know, when they're past that. I mean,
so they get a real good understanding of foundation.
Yeah, so they feel good because it breaks my heart when I see a teenager trying to hide and cover themselves because they're embarrassed of their breast. And
especially if they're busty.
Yes, especially being busty. And so it's almost like, you know, they need to have those good foundations so they can feel good and confident about themselves. And so I think just wanting, people to kind of let's start educating them sooner on
agreed.
that.
And I totally agree, because like when I have young people come in and I explain to them like what a slip is and what, like, do we show our bra? Do we not show our bra? Like you can show a bralette, but you don't show a real bra. And where those rules come from, I have no idea. It's just what my grandma and my mom taught me.
Exactly.
But I find, especially here lately, a lot of women don't know or care about slips. And it's just one of those things that when you do know and you put on a dress and you're like, why is it riding, or why does it keep going in my tush, or something like that? When you know, like, oh, I could just put on a half slip and then I can still wear the dress. Those are things early on that I agree are going to really help.
Yeah, just help set them up for success as they, go through life. And
agreed. And then I find explaining to a 30-year-old woman or even a 40-year-old woman that what you looked like at 20 is not, you don't have to feel bad that you don't look the same. Exactly. That your body is going to change and you're going to mature, and know your feet, your shoe size isn't going to change, but your bra size might.
Right.
And your cup size might. And just like the direction of how your skin is aging, and your side boob showing and things like that. Like giving yourself permission to be okay with that, but then not giving into that aging. Exactly. Because then the other part of it is like, I get 60-year-old women, they've been through menopause and they're like, I don't care anymore. And then I'm like, but you can still care. You're not dead. Your boobs can still be in the right place.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like you're buying this really amazing outfit. Like what's underneath is setting that foundation for the beautiful clothing,
Yeah.
So no matter your age, you want to feel confident underneath, so that way it shows from the outside.
Agreed. Agreed. All right. Well, I think we covered what the points were that I wanted to cover.
Okay.
And so your store is in Hutto. It's called, we don't, you know what? I don't think we said what it's called.
I'm sorry.
What is your store called?
Our store is Shapely Heart Bra Fitting Studio, and we're in Hutto.
And you're independent.
We're independent.
You're not a franchise or a chain.
We're the only store out there
that's like yours. Yes.
Yeah, like but by our name. We're so specialty store. Been open a little over 2 years, but I've, like I said, been fitting for over 12.
You used to do it privately.
Yeah, I used to do it like I started in my home. You know, mobile fittings and all that. So
and then you carry obviously bras, but then you also, what are the other specialty items? We talked about the the sticky bras, regular bras. What else?
Strapless bras, sports bras, the sports bras, that are by the bra size. So important. We carry, the shapewear. Lost my dream thought. Leisure, like loungewear,
pajamas.
We love pajamas. Like I'm just a pajama freak. Lingerie, of course. So we get ladies who need a boudoir session. We've got those items. Masectomy items.
I was gonna say you got those specialty items.
Yeah, specialty items for women who've had mastectomies. Breastfeeding moms.
Underwear or panties, not underwear, panties.
Which is another very important foundation underneath your clothes.
We could have a whole other podcast about
panties. But so all the little intimate things that you can think of, and we're, expanding categories as we grow to have more options. But, we've got a lot right now.
And like I said, having somebody like Jen's store in your repertoire is so important. I would rather somebody, if they're gonna like redo their wardrobe and they get a few tops, maybe a dress or two, and then maybe a few pair of jeans, before they go and get more tops or more pants or whatever, I would rather them go to see Jen and get some like 3 or 4 bras and 2 or 3 or 4 or really 5 pair of panties. And like that would be like my next step for investment in your wardrobe, if not their first step, because it, like Jen said, it's so important to have the right things underneath because we are curvy, because we're not all rails. Like we have fat on our bodies because we're healthy and should. And so when you start putting shapewear and it starts squeezing it, you need to, you don't want to look lumpy. And so when you have the right shapewear on, or not shapewear, foundation, it's really important.
It's really important. Yeah. And you'll feel so much better and
Oh,
confident.
it's such an amazing feeling when you get to see, like, when ladies come in and they start using, and they go see you and they start using some of the small things that we teach that are available in our ebook. By the way, I'll give a little quick plug. There is an ebook on our website. It's $9.99 to download, and you can learn how to measure for your bra and your body shape, and then learn what styles to wear for that shape. And when women start using even one or two of the tips in the book, and then they report back, it is such an amazing feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And I feel like when you have the right clothes, the right undergarments, like, you feel so much better and confident going out there. Like, I love wearing this dress that I got from you because I feel so much better.
Well, it's such a good color for you too, with your hair and your skin tone, and then your lipstick plays off the purple so well. It's really pretty.
I feel like it's flattering. Sometimes being curvier, you're like, but so
it's all about you're just rocking it today. All right, ladies. Well, thank you, Jen, for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Really appreciate it.
I love talking with you.
It's fun.
Yes.
Okay. Bye.